Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnan Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Sri Ramakrishna said to Ramlal, sing that one, Gaur and Nitai, ye the blessed brothers. Ramlal began the song and the master joined him. What a joyful atmosphere could it be? And look at the Ramlal who is singing, matching with the master, master matching with the Ramlal, as if there is one person singing. When master joins anyone, the person usually sings with absolute perfection, zero error. So when Sri Ramakrishna joins it, Ramakrishna could not tolerate small differences in tal or the tune in which it is sung. He used to sing with absolute perfection. And when another person is able to sing a song in any tune with perfection in that particular tune, and according to the beatings, the rhythm, maintaining the rhythm and raga, he could easily join. And the same tone, Sri Ramakrishna could bring people singing at different shrutis. Doesn't matter for him. He can go to the highest pitch, he can go to the lowest pitch, anybody's any pitch, but raga and tala must be in rhythm, and because rhythm represents the nature's rhythm, individual rhythm, and raga represents in which we are evolving or involving. An apple is growing in a particular raga. A papaya fruit is growing in its own raga and in its own rhythm. A coconut grows through months. A paddy grain grows in its own way, in its own rhythm. Within weeks, it comes to maturity. A coconut takes 3 months, 4 months to come to maturity. The tree is there. Within 3-4 months, the whole plant emerges from the ground, yields and dies. At that time, the grown tree is emerging a coconut. And you see what is the rate in which this is developing, in what is the tree. We are also growing through 100 years. A fly may live for 60 days. Whole lifespan from being an egg to the fullness of old age and dying away takes place within 2 months. Ours is through same experience as what we get in our life, they get in their life. Birth to death, same experiences. Born, grows, middle age, ends. The cycle is completed. Experience is same. Birth and death. So this is represented by rhythm, individual rhythm. Every living object has its own raga in which raga is the way in which grows. A body, particular body is growing in a particular style, particular way. Another body, suppose an amoeba, suppose a bacteria, suppose an elephant, a tree, all are living objects. A small grass, they have their own raga and tala. Whole universe is that each one is moving its own rhythm in its own tune. So when we adopt this perfection, all the shrutis that we have taken is from nature. Nature has we have taken each note from the nature. From peacock, sir, from bull, lowing of bull is the re, goat, gur, crouch, the m, pa is cuckoo, the is horse, ni is elephant. Like that, from nature, the cooing of the birds and animals we have taken as the standard notes, and we are joining these. It's a orchestra going on in the nature in its own right and in its own perfection, and I am utilizing it to tune myself with nature, to be in tune with nature. When I am in tune with nature, I am in tune with the divine which stands behind the nature, and I can peep beyond the nature and see the divine. So Sri Ramakrishna used to repeatedly ask someone to sing, and to maintain that rhythm and tune which will make him transcend the nature and be united with the transcendental. So he used to encourage, this is one of the important disciplines in spiritual life, singing the names and glories of God. It is one of the steps, important steps, firm step towards God and attaining love. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, 4 things makes awaken love for God. One is singing the names and glories of God. Now when then entering into ekanta, solitude, then the satsanga, constant satsanga, and then the intense prayer with a longing heart. These 4, 5, we are supposed to awaken the spiritual consciousness and love of God. So singing the names of glories of God takes an important part to play. So Master joined him. How it could be imagined? 2 voices becoming one voice is singing with Gauranitai, ye blessed brothers. I have heard how kind you are, and therefore I have come to you. When I visited Benares, Shiva, the Lord of Kashi, told me of the Parabrahman's birth as man in Mother Sachi's home. O Brahman, thee I recognize. Many a sadhu I have seen, but never one so kind as you. What the poetical understanding you see. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Gauranga, he is considered as one of the incarnations of God. The whatever we understand by incarnation, let us take as a manifestation of the divine, which is in ecstatic love, exemplifying the ecstatic love of man for God. The ultimate limit where one loses totally oneself in deep samadhi where he is motionless, he is dissolved in the God, whatever be the understanding of God. We are dissolved, like sugar dissolved, he is in deep samadhi. Coming down a little, he starts dancing and singing. Still coming down to the waking state, he is with the people talking about God. Now, this is avatara of the ecstatic love of God, by which God and the jiva are bound together in a deep relationship of identity of divinity. I am divine, Lord is divine. Means I am getting rid of all my human and animal nature to the last level. Even the self-preservation. Most of the people are busy in preserving their ego and desires fulfilled. But this is lowest way of living. To live in the society, with the people, in the family, preserving their ego and bodily desires. How low it could be. But here, it is in sadhana, it is dissolution of ego. There, God, I am divine, all human nature, even to preserve the ego and desires, or to possess anything, drops off. Divinity is where there is no ego or even the traces of ego. Even humility as a possessor is not there. I am humble is not there. He is what he is. If a person becomes, I don't have ego, I am humble, already ego is in the most subtlest form. Even that is gone. In divine, there is no traces of ego, traces of worldly desires. So that avatara is presenting to the people that perfection of being absolutely divine and be in relationship with the cosmic divine, the D capital divine. So how to transcend and live at a very high level of ultimate level of existence where divine is meeting divine. So that is represented by Gauranga, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the person who has written this, the saint or somebody who has written this song, is feeling that avatara, God has come down in the form. God coming down, when we say, it is the absolute manifesting in the relative existence, the beyond presenting itself in the universe. The beyond is in which universes appear and disappear, the Brahman. Brahman is appearing in the universe as the human with a human body. It's manifesting to highest principle to exhibit, like Sri Ramakrishna. Highest principle being divine and being attracted, and to the extent that nothing of human or animal remains, it divine alone. That is being exemplified. Now you see him, Gaur and Nitai, blessed brothers, he is addressing. I have heard how kind you are, because they have come down to human level from the ultimate reality, coming down into this universe of duality where there is only bondage and suffering. Krishna says this world as the world of dukkha and shoka and bandhana. This is the universe. The whole universe is alaya, dukkhalayam, ashashvatam. Bhagavad Gita uses the term dukkhalayam, a permanent residence of dukkha. Nobody has escaped except the one who has escaped, he has transcended the nature and gone beyond. So in this dukkhalaya, he is coming in taking a human form and to exhibit what is the ultimate. So how kind you are, and therefore I have come to you. The recognition of avatar is the most important part. When Sri Ramakrishna says, when Rama was born, only 12 sages knew he is the Parabrahman, the absolute existence manifested. And Vasishtha named Rama as Rama because Rama term is used for the absolute. Atma Rama, Arama, Virama. That Rama term is used for the absolute existence. And therefore I have come to you. When I visited Benares, is a sadhaka going from pilgrimage, he goes on praying, reveal me the truth. Sadhakas don't ask anywhere. They go thinking, oh, I might get there, a vision of God. These are all the scriptures telling also as the great places of divine manifestation. They go on searching. In this sacred place, I may get the vision of God. They go and pray. Oh, I walked so many miles after miles, days after days to come here. Will you not give me a vision? So when he goes to Banaras, a sadhaka, he intuitively gets the understanding. God is speaking to him deep within his heart. Why are you wondering about here or there? To Lord Shiva, Lord of Kashi, told me of the Parabrahman's birth, the absolute descending into the relative. This universe is avatara, has come down to this world. Parabrahman's birth as man in human form, in Mother Sachi's home. In Mother Sachi's home. Sachi is mother of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sachi's home. Oh Brahman, he is recognizing him. You, the absolute one. Just like when Vasishtha saw Rama, immediately he has taken birth and the baby is shown first vision. He gets the vision of the absolute. He names that baby as Rama. So here also the sadhaka is recognizing, oh Brahman, he is addressing. Thee I recognize. The intuitive understanding. First, the intellectual understanding dawns to accept there is a God. Then, from intellectual understanding, medha awakens, which can penetrate into nature and find out the secrets and retain it. Comprehensive understanding, independent of intellect and mind, is medha, which stands beyond buddhi, is medha. Medha awakens to give a better understanding of it is not a realization. It makes all doubts clear. Go away, medha. Then there is the spiritual awakening, the dhi awakening to recognize God. How the intuitive power goes on shifting, you see. They awakens to identify, yes, this is God. They awakens. Uh, this buddhi cannot identify, senses cannot identify. Senses can identify this is a photo, this is a book, it can identify. It cannot identify God because God is all pervading, it is not able to identify. Now, electromagnetic waves, I am speaking over a cell phone to someone. The one who is on the other side or in the middle or who is not seeing me cannot see how it is getting transmitted. They cannot see the electromagnetic waves. They don't have an instrument to see its passing. Even ordinary instruments fail to recognize, to capture it and relate. Special instruments we need to capture every cell phone waves going from the cell phone, becoming expanding in the universe, to translate it into a language. So difficult it is. It is not, we are not able to recognize instruments. All instruments are also not capable of recognizing. So here we see the recognition. I recognize thee means a higher intellect which can recognize God. Thee is awakened in him. Many a sadhu I have seen. He has seen many sadhus with the same spiritual eye, with the same longing, with the same understanding, but he has not seen one like him, where a person is losing his external awareness totally, dissolves in God, appears again to the Vyuthana state of coming down, dancing and singing in ecstasy, and then talking to people, making them understand. Never seen one so kind as you. Once at Brija, you were born as Kanai and Balai, his brother. Krishna, as Krishna is identifying with the other incarnations. The one is, ocean is one wave is Rama, one wave is Krishna. So various incarnations appear. We are all small ripples in the same wave or ocean. Huge waves and small ripples. Once at Brija Vrindavan, you were born as Kanai and Balai, his brother. Now once more in Nadia, as Gaur and Nitai, do you appear. How the Krishna and Balrama came, like that. Now Gaur and Nitai have appeared, hiding the shapes that then you wore. When Rama came as Krishna, he covered himself. The Rama's form was not visible. Krishna was visible in his own glory and brightness. Rama was hidden within. The same person is appearing again and again in different forms. Same Chaitanya, same absolute existence is manifesting. And this time hiding the shapes that then you wore. In Brija's pastures, running freely, once you frolicked, and now for play, you roll on the ground in Nadia, chanting aloud the Lord's Hari's name, laughing, shouting. Once you played at Braja with other cowherd friends, now you chant the Lord's Hari's name. See, there he exhibits himself as the Devata. Krishna is presenting himself, especially when he leaves the Vrindavan. After that, his Leela entirely changes. The destruction of the evil, and then in Bhagavad Gita, in the great war, he stands in between the two armies, the Dharma and Adharma, and then sings that great story, historic presentation of Bhagavad Gita. So there, how he, as a master of the universe, as the Lord of the universe, as the absolute existence, as the indweller in all beings, how he gave Bhagavad Gita. Same mouth, same person. Here as Bhakta, there as Bhagavan here presents. Here as Bhakta, he is presenting himself in the ecstatic love of God. He was uttering Bhagavad Gita, now he is uttering with the same mouth the Lord's name he is taking and singing the name. In Ramakrishna's life also, we see later on, somebody has written a beautiful song. You worshipped yourself and you sang about yourself. Apani korale apanar gan. Apani korile apanar puja, apanar stuti gan. A beautiful song. You did your own puja and sang your own stuti. Apani korile apanar puja, apanar stuti gan. So that is how now, as God there he represents, as Bhakta, ultimate state of Bhakta. Here, there Arjuna and Krishna represent the two aspects of the divine, as the Bhakta, as the perfected soul and divine coming down, Nara Narayana. The Nara Narayana. Here, again, he is Bhakta Bhagavan. He is representing as Bhakta here, the same Lord. The beautiful understanding. See, there are so many ways in which we enjoy the grace and presence of God. To make in various ways express and feel the various directions, the various understanding gives them the joy. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.